there was a population, and it dropped off almost to extinction, and then it repopulated.
Which nicely with the flood.
Yeah, that apparently it fits in nicely for us with the flood.
Yeah.
There's no event that fits in for, as of yet, for the evolution standpoint.
No.
It's apparently so that they say. I don't know. Are you sure? We were only watching a documentary.
It's literally it's something we discovered there in the last few days. Like, why if there was a million, right? If there was a million, why would it only end up being that one and one female, and then it went on like that, which is more believable.
Yeah. You know, when you talk about the flood, when you sent me this kind of over and I was talking about Noah's Ark, I was like, hold on, what are we going back to here? Noah's Ark, really? That's my initial reaction to it.
Yeah.
And then you look at the documentaries, and then you look at the worldwide stories about it, and then you see about the Mount Ararat where they found the boat, and the Bible actually mentions its dimensions and all, and it's the exact same, and it's up in the mountains where they said it would be. It's on the sister mountain.
They call it cubits or something.
Yeah, that's one piece of like when he was talking about it, I was like, what the fuck?
But there's a documentary, not Kent Hovind, a Ron Wyatt documentary.
Ron Wyatt, yeah. The
Turkish government even declared that Noah's Ark because they had to send government out there to test it all. So they said if that's the pillar, then it couldn't be too far where they crossed the Red Sea if the stories are true.
Yeah.
And they went down, they swept the sea, and what did they find? Only chariots right along a line from one coast to the other.
And the coral built up around
the coral built up, and one chariot was the Pharaoh's chariot, and it was Ramesses II, which is the exact same with the
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Ramesses II's chariot is inscribed on it, and all the shields and swords, they're all buried in that cross in the sea. And they try and say maybe it was a low tide that day and all, but it's a sea, it's not a river. You know what I mean? Like I've seen.
There's no tide that splits it.
Yeah,
there ain't no tide.
You couldn't have went across with chariots and all for a low tide. Like that's actually a sea. It's not like a river.
Yeah.
But and as well, how they died and everyone else got out of it, But it's amazing the Sahara Desert. Remember how they went down in age? There's certification or whatever the term is.
That it was only like 4,000.
4,400 years old. Same as the Great Barrier Reef.
I mean, if the Earth is billions, how could that be only 4,000?
That's just coincidence, Pat.
They just dropped it in. They dropped it in the helicopter.
But that's 4,400 is the flood.
It's the flood, yeah.
So the petrified trees you spoke about, and the seashells, the fossilized sea life in the mountains, the population equation. Remember we saw them running the numbers on the computer program?
Yes,
That the population doesn't line up if the Earth is that old. Another thing as well with the fossils, things like that, they've never found any intermediary stages between.
No, it's always...
Which is what they call the missing link.
Yeah. The missing link.
It's still
that's
missing.
Huge, because it's not just between monkeys and people, it's also between animals. So you don't
between fish and frogs.
Yeah.
They reckon frogs just grew legs and, you know what I mean, they were...
But it's very peculiar because they also have to mate with something, if that happens on a once off. But as well, how come they haven't found one? It's very peculiar as well, isn't it? That's a huge gap. Like, people might say, you're talking about religion, that's...
Another thing I heard said,
but
and so the first thing that came out of the ocean, because they reckon they all came out of the ocean.
That's right, yeah.
So it was living in the ocean, and it
then decided it didn't want to be in the ocean anymore.
No, it decided it'd just generate lungs out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was like, I'll chance it.
Do you know what I mean? Though, where's these lungs come out?
Well, even if you start with the first organism, like
how did it live when it was figuring it? When it was.
It's a great line.
Like if we were living in water now, there's no way we'd say, right, we're going out to see what it's like up here. Can we breathe up there? I don't know. I'm going.
Can we breathe? So I try, and then when I do try, if I want it enough, I'll have lungs. No,
we'll die a few generations until the next generation gets lungs or whatever. But it's a strange concept to figure out. There's a lot of strange ideas,
and there should be in between. There should be while like if it's purely if it's purely evolutionary and natural, and it just happened without anything making it happen, no creation, no nothing like that. There should be, it's trying, but it's getting it wrong a few times before. And as well as that, if they reckon we're around as long as they do, there should be an awful lot more skeletons than what's found.
That's true. And as well,
no bother finding missing links.
If you want, the missing link one, but like as far as
fossilized,
fossilized, not like nothing lasts forever. Do you know what I mean?
Break down.
They're doing out like an equation on the chances of life on Earth.
Yes,
I said, and it's something over the minus factor or whatever by the minus whatever over whatever I said. So basically, they concluded that the chances of life on Earth spawning is literally a miracle. Therefore, proof of existence of God. You know what it is?
That's clever.
It was very funny when he said it.
The chances of it happening without a kind of a designer are less than Kerry Bay.
It's fucking far. It's stretched out. I don't know what to make of this now because it is new to me.
Yeah,
but
it's a lot to take in.
I love it though.
But if it's a kid, like so, if you're to go, if you believe the Bible, right? Then God is the creator. Right? I find it hard to think of that because there's not just Earth. There's so much more out there. It's the universe. There's no way we're on our own. It's not possible.
Well, how come if there was no design on it, I suppose you can say if you throw enough things in the air, one of them will land on the right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But we're the exact right distance from the sun to promote, and we need for plant life and everything like that, and even ourselves, we need from the sun. We need vitamin D. We need what it gives us. We're the exact right distance from the sun to promote life. Like
we're in the Goldilocks zone.